what do we need to do as an industry to make sure our industry grows and flourishes and is sustainable for the future. I think the singular point is that gas advocacy from all of the participants in the gas industry needs to increase. We need to celebrate the virtues of gas. We need to explain why gas is the fuel of the future, not some kind of destination or journey fuel to take us to a point where we're replaced by coal, renewables and so on. So gas needs a bigger voice. And of course there are plenty of people who want to give that voice to gas. What we have to do is convince the policymakers, the regulators, that gas is indeed the kind of future that we all want, not only for ourselves, but for our children and indeed their children.
I think what can be done to support the gas industry in Europe is first to bring, as I was saying before, some visibility for investors. And therefore, regulation is very important. Regulation is being discussed in Europe. It is being discussed as well in Switzerland with the new strategy 2050. And those new regulations have to be implemented. The rules of the game have to be more clear, established, and then the investors will be able to invest in new infrastructure, storage, all these projects that have been stopped because of a lack of visibility. And another thing that has to be changed is the price of CO2. In Switzerland, the price of CO2 is quite high, but it's not enough because all around Switzerland, the price of CO2 is too low for gas to be competitive, for power generation, for all the type of usage of gas. So really to change the emission trading system in Europe, to have a higher price of CO2 is very important, in my opinion, to be able to boost the demand for gas and the new usage of gas.
To succeed in Europe, the gas industry has to realize that price matters. That a well-known story about the coal coming from the US and having displaced gas. So price is one thing, but another thing would be to start using natural gas for transportation, making the oil products a bit redundant with either CNG, compressed natural gas, or LNG, liquefied natural gas, in the transportation area.
To support the gas industry, what we have to do are a couple of things. First, we have to believe ourselves that the gas industry deserves this support. And second, just to increase the activities within what we call gas naturally, just the gas campaign, the advocacy activities that we are trying to develop within let's say a group of associations that thought that we need to do more, just to support, just to push, just to help the gas industry being alive, still alive.
From an LNG perspective, supporting the gas industry, we see LNG as a means of offering security of supply for Europe. Additional terminals in places where LNG needs to enter into the market, additional connectivity in Europe will give Europe the ability to reach out and pull global supplies of gas if and when it needs it.
I would say that probably the best thing would be that the regulators leaves the forces of the market play without too many constraints. That would be my wish. And if the market can play with the connection of the European market with the US market, the development of the gas market in Europe will be successful. But too many constraints can be a problem.